Can't talk today. Today is a great day because I'm going to build the box where the sub's going to sit in. We got to break out the router because the table saw doesn't exactly cut straight. We're going to cut all the boards and put together a sealed box with roughly about 1.2 cubic, I think it's like 1.18 or something, cubic volume on the inside. Oh, and we're going to do the couple little changes to the trim boards because I did decide to change up some stuff because it was, when I laid everything out and I started mapping it all out, it was just kind of like, meh, it was boring. So I'm changing a little bit. First things first, I've got all my calculations done and I've rough cut the boards. These are good. The front and back are perfect, good to go. Well, I say that and they're different sizes. That's what the router is going to be for. These two I cut with the table saw and found out the table saw is a little crooked, so these I measured them. You can see the lines. These are factory edges here, and you can see the lines down there, and I'm going to show you a nifty little trick that you can use with your router. Now, since my table saw does not want to cut a straight line, I ended up measuring everything where it needed to be and drawing a line instead. And this board right here, this line, is a factory edge. I made sure, the thing's perfectly straight. So come up here, get that lined up. And then we'll come over here to the router where I have a flush trim bit. As you can see, I have a straight line. So real quickly, I'm going to do all the other boards. So now comes the fun part. We get to put the whole puzzle together. You're going to want some wood glue. I use the Gorilla Glue and some wood screws. Make sure they're coarse thread, just makes it easier. If you want, I'm going to, because for some reason every time I run a screw in MDF I split it. So I will be pre-drilling holes. What I'm doing here is drilling a test hole. I have the center of the board marked, so it's 9.75 by 9.75. It's in the center. I'm going to drill a hole, set it in the car on top of the box, and make sure that when I look down, I can see where the factory spare tire little screw goes into. I'm doing that because then I will cut a box around it, build a little mini box, and then the factory piece can screw down on top of it and we're good. I don't have to modify the trunk. I don't have to cut any of the factory stuff out. So you're probably wondering why I'm holding a cake cutter. Well, it's the right size that I need to draw a circle. This board is the top board for the trunk trim. It needs to sit around a total of 11-inch diameter with a 1-inch border, roughly 13 inches, or well, it is 13 inches. This is roughly 13 inches. So let's go ahead and measure everything out. Make sure I get it in the center. So, draw a circle. See, if you had a circle jig for a router, so much easier. Or I had a circle template, like the Mobile Solutions little circle templates. Hoo-ha! I wanted to show you what I did. See, I went ahead and notched the backboard. You can see it fits in there nicely again. Put the top on the box. I just put some 2 temporary screws, one on each side. Just hold it to make sure when I pull it out of the car it doesn't shift, or when it's in the car it doesn't shift. And here's the top, like trim board. As you can tell, there's only like, I'd say, 1 inch down here on the box, but down here there's a nice big gap, and that is because you can't see it. There's a plastic piece right there, and I didn't want to have to trim that plastic piece because, again, I don't want to mess anything up. So what you're looking at here is the modification to the driver and passenger outside boards. Originally everything was going to sit flush, and the more I looked at it, the more I just wanted to kind of throw up in my mouth. It was just too boring. So what I did is I took just a board, a piece of MDF, and cut 245s in it. You can use a router, you can use a table saw, whatever. I had to do it on the table saw, so it was actually crooked, then I had to turn around and straighten it out. But did that, ran some trim nails and some glue, let it sit overnight, and now I'm going to set the nails with a nail set. Because I decided to raise the boards up, it changed the angle of how everything sat in the car. This is the 13-inch hole, 13-inch diameter hole, of basically where the top board that sits on this, it has the hole cut out here, so the sub sits like this. You got a 1 inch, or I think it's a 1 1/4 inch or something, gap between the sub and that circle, which is what I wanted. But there was a problem. When I picked those boards up, they set like right here, like the raise, the angle, 45-degree angle would come up right here. It just wasn't enough gap. It looked dumb. So I pushed the boards to a total of 4 1/4 out. Because I did that, that required me to rebuild the top board, because the top board only came about right here. So I went ahead, rebuilt that top board, and gave it an extra 6 inches on both sides. And I also built two lengthwise boards to go up, so that when the side pieces slide in and set down, there'll be the piece right here that sits off. So I have a whole line I can put some screws in to make sure that nothing slides around. So if I go around a corner real hard, I don't have to worry about the board sliding this way or the board bouncing or anything. The system is not going to rattle, it's not going to go anywhere, it's not going to make any noise. I also did a little bit more trimming. I had to do a crap ton more trimming to both the driver and passenger boards, because pushing them out, well, I had to trim the living crap out of them. And if you look in the 350 trunk, it kind of goes like this. So by raising the boards up, it changed completely the angle of everything. In hindsight, if I would have had enough wood, I probably would have started from scratch on those boards, but I didn't. I came close because I want to use this board. I think it's this one. I've got it here somewhere. No, it's that board right there. To build the back, and this to build the other inside piece. And then basically everything will be done. Hope y'all enjoyed watching me turn my black hoodie and my hair the same color as my khakis. So in all seriousness, that is part 3. Part 3 is over, thank God. This is a testament of plan and plan and plan, because I pseudo-planned and kind of jumped right into it and said, nah, I'll figure it out as I go. Well, the figuring out as I go ended up, instead of having the flat board in the trunk, I decided that I didn't like the way that looked, and I wanted to do like a dual material. So to get that, to make it look good, I decided to lift the two boards up and put the angle on them. And when I did that, I had to push the boards out to give the sub enough space. And then by the time I did that, I decided, heck, it doesn't look good enough. So I pushed it even further out so that the whole trim around it's basically the same gap. And then one thing led to another, and trimming it all down. And when you lift the boards up the way the trunk curved, it was a headache. I'm gonna get the carpet, the vinyl someday. I don't even know what colors I want, what I want to go with, what I want to do. So next time I'm at NWA Custom Audio and Lighting, we're going to throw a bunch of material in the back of the trunk and start figuring it out. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Have a great day. Oh, and like, subscribe, Instagram, crap, yeah, whatever.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school.